All right, okay, so we're going to look at golf series in terms of back pain, lower back pain. Now, looking through the study articles that I can publish in the link below, we've looked at various mobilization exercises, flexibility exercises, but we haven't really looked a great deal at strengthening exercises. And what I did notice was it was a hell of a lot of overlap with internal rotators, so basically of the hip. So if we think about the golf swing as you set yourself up, the knee is naturally going to come across as you're taking the backswing, and as it comes through to strike the ball, obviously the opposite side takes again another further hit on internal rotation. Okay, so we're loading up on that side, and then we are reloading it on the opposite side. Now, a way to sort of challenge and test whether or not you've got tight hip mobility and weakness is just basically to test it very simply. So if you take a position on elbow support and just kind of try to drop the knee in as far as you can on that side, have a look at that side. Now you can see there I have a right side lowered or restricted range in internal rotation there. It's not a pure movement, but it's pretty damn good, or close enough, should I say. I've got nice long range there and almost a block with a little pain at the end there, okay? So something for me to work on. So we can clear that up with a bit of mobility, which I'm going to go through soon. Hamstrings is another one, hip flexors is the main one. So hip flexors, we talk about hip flexors, they actually attach straight onto the spine, okay? They're a crucial muscle which is involved in keeping us posturally upright and obviously into walking gait. So if the hip flexors are too tight, if we sit a lot, obviously people working at the desk quite a lot, we tend to tuck our tummies back, okay, and these hip flexors which run from the spine down into the hip and pelvis and then through and on into the legs and continue on, then they shorten, and we know that because of that it brings the spine in standing more of a lordotic or extended posture, okay. That itself, by the pelvis rolling forwards, if you imagine a bucket of water rolling forwards, will put tension immediately through the hamstrings, and that posterior chain, which is this kind of calf, hamstring, up to glutes and into your back, all tightening up because they're all connected via your fascia. Again, look for the video we've done on fascia. Anatomy trains is a good one as well. We'll probably try and put some links in there for anatomy trains. So we try and reverse engineer everything by working with systems for hamstrings, for the hip flexors, particularly psoas, which attaches onto the spine, as I've just said, and also making sure that they're actually strong as well. Okay, so a lot of people do massively different things for stretching protocols. What we're going to do is just bring that up a little element there. So what I like to do is to try and get hold of kind of exercise one from the side here. Just a 90-degree angle is enough once we start to squeeze that glute here to actually evoke a tightening here, all right? But if you want to really get inside into the rib kit, underneath the rib cage into the spine, then take a little lateral flexion, which I'll show you from the front here. So again, stretching the same side, squeeze that glute and over. Notice I'm just using a little bit of passive assistance here, so I can maintain that without having to put too much pressure on. If I just lean over, my muscle is actually working to try and keep me stable, so I don't fall over essentially. So if I take that out by applying a little bit of help, put the tension on first through the glutes, and then lean over towards that support side, that's perfect. That's getting me all the way through the front of the hip flexor. So to take that on a stage, essentially what we're going to try to do is add another element. So we could go a little further this time. So we create a bigger angle between the back of the heel and the front of the knee, and lean in a little bit so that we're actually creating that pelvis opening up, so the opposite to kind of seating, our seating posture. Okay, in, and then squeeze the glute gently, just softly. Around 30% should do nicely. Okay. Now, if you want to take that on further, so developmentally, if you're able to do that and you're not getting a great deal back from the stretch, then just because it's a two joint muscle, essentially it crosses the hip, pelvis and knee. So all we do is stretch in, again there for support. Take a hold, so we're nice and tall through the ribcage as possible. You'll immediately feel that across the front of the quads. Okay. Now, everybody does hamstrings differently. What I like to try to do, get in the frame of a door, prop up the hamstring so I can see the length of that hamstring. Ideally 90 degrees would be an excellent, a really good marker for the length of these hamstrings. It's a straight leg, so just push the toes forwards because we don't want to put too much tension on the nerve, which is probably already wound up anyway by what we're continually doing. As I get better at it, all I do is I just walk myself toward there, or just shimmy myself toward there. And I've got 90 degrees comfortably today, okay? Not every day is the same. Specifically, if I'm over hitting 100 balls, I'm going to be tightening up in my hamstrings and in my glutes overnight, and the next day I'm going to feel that, but I'm going to attack it straight away, and I'm going to get involved immediately. So hamstrings done, hip flexors done, internal external rotation, very simple of the hip. So just basically try and work it. I can get almost to the ground there, and I can't quite get there. So I might want to put a few little passive movement patterns in as well, so I can just put a little bit of overpressure in. Unless I'm in pain. If I'm in pain, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go too far. All right, I'm going to go to the point of pain, and then I'm just going to move. The idea really is just to get everything moving nice and easy. So that's just basically your warm-up exercise. Then we go into some strength work, and we finish with flexibility work, which I've shown you, so like a 3-strike model. And very simply, we've got internal rotation. All you do is just same movement pattern. Nice cheek band here, okay? Red is sort of light to medium resistance. So I want to move away, all right, away from where it's docked, okay? And I want to do that strength movement. Now I'm going to hold, and then I'm going to come out of it nice and slow. So I like to add some tempo to this one. So I'm going to do a 3-3-3. So I'll stick a 1, 2, 3 seconds, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. If I want to put a bit more strength on, again, just move, longer lever, a lot more resistance. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Go for as much range as you can. So start in that position here. So go for a full lever movement. All right, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you notice it's not particularly demanding, but as the colours start to increase, what will happen, so once you go through colour systems and you can feel the tension as you grab them, what will happen is as you try to come away from it, automatically the body will want to snap back. All right, so just set yourself up where you know you can control it rather than fighting it as strong as you can fight it, because that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get a nice controlled activity here, because it's quite a low level exercise to begin with. Okay, so we're going to pull in under control. You notice what I'm not trying to do is yank it fast. All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm looking for sort of smooth, almost machine-like activity. So it's smooth. If I'm getting jerks, that's fine. Okay, just either get a little closer, all right, or go a little slower and really try and feel the contraction around about here, around about the adductors. The adductors work over the hip and the knee, across the knee, sorry. So that's your internal rotation, and then you just do the opposite side. You face the opposite way, set it up around the knee so that you're coming in against it. All right, remember to start with a little bit of tension on the band, so when you actually start with the tension, all right, and you put it on, it shouldn't be too loose and floppy. All right, you want to get a little bit of resistance. Go with the band first of all. Once you start, that's your start position. All right, when it starts to stop flipping about. All right, so that's your start position there. So it's 1, 2, 3, smooth. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. A million other different reasons for golf players to have lower back pain. So we're going to look at other habits. If you want to hit me up, message me. Make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, try and share it across, put the alarm on so that you're actually getting dings every time I upload a new video, and I'll put this in like some sort of golf section because this is video 1, nice and simple. All right.